Good afternoon and welcome to this broadcast on NewsX. I'm Saurav Sanyal, and our top story this hour is coming in from Calcutta. Calcutta High Court has directed the state to allow immersion till 12 midnight all days as per the almanac. The High Court has pulled up Mamata Banerjee government for the second time in a row. The court has stated that the state government is exercising power without any basis and that the state must think of the welfare of both communities. And breaking news coming in from Kolkata. Post the Calcutta High Court verdict, Mamata Banerjee is huddled in an emergency meeting with the Commissioner of Police, the Director General of Police, Home Secretary and Chief Secretary at Nabanno, which is the State Secretariat. The discussion is happening post the Calcutta High Court landmark verdict, and the state government is now busy to prepare a blueprint for both occasions so that Muharram and Durga Puja can pass off peacefully. Let me bring in my colleague Tapas Sengupta, who joins us over the phone line now from Kolkata for the latest. Now, Tapas, just take us through Didi now in a huddle with the top brass of the state government and the state police to try and work out a blueprint following the Calcutta High Court order.
Well, yes, after this big setback and the landmark judgment by the Calcutta High Court, the Chief Minister of West Bengal, Mamata Banerjee, just held a very brief meeting with the top brass of the Kolkata Police. The Police Commissioner himself was there, the Director General of Police, Rojit Kaur, the Chief Secretary and the Home Secretary. They all met together and they deliberated on the issues as to how to deal with the situation. Not much is known about the meeting, but yes, we have been given to understand that this was pertaining the judgment, the landmark judgment of the High Court. Now they are deliberating as to how to deal with the situation, how to have both the communities on the same day performing their respective rituals. So this has taken place, and more such meetings are likely to take place in next days to come. Back to you.
Right. So Tapas, also help us understand now that the Calcutta High Court has observed that yes, immersions will have to be allowed till 12 o'clock on all days, including Muharram. Any special steps that the government is now mulling, because the onus squarely has now been put on the state police?
Well, absolutely so. The Supreme Court, the High Court have lashed out at the state government, stating that maintaining law and order situation is absolutely the prerogative of the state government and the administration. And Kolkata Police and the state police is competent enough to deal with the situation. And if the government issues these kind of notifications, that raises question on the competency of the police forces, and hence the police have been directed to do the needful to deal with the situation to avoid any mishaps from taking place. And if required, the High Court have also directed the police and the administration to chalk out different routes for both the communities, so that both the communities can perform their respective rituals without any embargo, without any problem. And it is up to the police, the state administration, to see that no clashes or undue incidents take place between both the communities. Back to you.
Right, Tapas, request you to stay on with us. Remember that this is a call-in show where viewers, you can connect with us directly on the numbers which are flashing at the bottom of the screen now. You can call us and share your views. But meanwhile, let's quickly take a look at some reactions coming in.
There should not be any restriction, and immersion is permitted every day up to 12. The duty of the police to ensure that the peace and tranquility of the area, and there should be the different route, and there should not be any overlap of the routes between the two communities.
The court has said that immersion will take place up to 12 midnight for on every dates. On every dates. And there is no ban on that. The court has also directed the respective SPs and DGs to identify the routes and to separate the routes from where the Tajia will go and from where this immersion procession will go, dedicated route, and so that they should not overlap.
All the arguments she has given in public meetings, the court has rejected. So she should find out whether her advisor is giving bad advice, or she shouldn't speak out of the top of her head.
So last year also the same incident happened, and this year also the court has given the decision.
Yes, well, yes, it's been an educational experience for Mamata Banerjee. She's a bright lady, and therefore she should learn fast. Otherwise, the president's rule might come, and then she will be in bigger problem.
They are going to clash with each other. The official government, the notification said that this is being done to avoid clashes. At one hand, she is saying that West Bengal is one state where there is perfect harmony everywhere. There is no tension, communal tension. BGP is creating it. On the other hand, she is coming up with a government notice which uses the word clashes between communities. So I don't know what kind of politics she is playing.
Mamata Banerjee is hardly interested in what the High Court says. She has never respected the judicial system, because if she would have done that, she would have not issued this circular, because she knew as to what the High Court said in the last year as well. For her, it is vote bank politics, which is far more important than the judiciary system, than the bureaucratic system, the executive system, and the constitution of this country.
India stands as a spectacular example of peaceful coexistence. And I hope that even if the court looks into it, they will take the government's opinion. And I strongly believe that both the communities are in a position to carry this out peacefully. And I hope that the court will facilitate that process.
In the Durga Puja festival, all communities, irrespective of religion, caste, creed, they participate. So the Chief Minister trying to divide the community is very shameful act on her part. The slap on the face of the West Bengal government by the Honorable Calcutta High Court is welcomed by the people of Bengal.
High Court has given a very befitting reply to such type of undesired decision of Madam Mamata Banerjee. I hope the people will be observing these two events with more greater understanding and peace and tranquility, honoring each other.
Calcutta High Court on Thursday revoked essentially Mamata Banerjee government's ban on immersion of Durga idols during Muharram. In fact, some reactions coming in. Let's quickly take a look.
And we are really happy and really grateful that the verdict has come for the people. Let's for some time keep politics aside and try and understand the culture of Bengal. And what has been doing our Chief Minister, Honorable Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee, she has been creating the division deliberately just because she's getting scared that BJP is doing very fine in Bengal and people are finding more and more, people are getting into BJP more and more. She is thinking that by divide and rule, at least she will be able to keep her Muslim bank intact. She is forgetting that she is also an administrator. And I think she doesn't remember that. She always behaves like the TMC leader. And all these planning, what she's been doing, was to appease a team of Muslims. I'm not saying the whole Muslim community. A team of Muslim leaders who belong to TMC, for them, so that they tell their subordinates, their chelas, कि देखो, I'm trying to safeguard you, and don't try and don't get motivated by Modi ji's words, and don't think about BJP. That's what she was trying to. The whole.
Right. Let me quickly now bring in my colleague Jaiseelan on this story. Now, Jaiseelan, just help us understand what is the sentiment that is prevailing in the BJP camp now? Because Mamata Banerjee, in the past, I've seen the clearly taking pot shots at the BJP, accusing the BJP of trying to fan communal unrest, and she has drawn an inference to the Shastra Puja also that had been announced with much fanfare, which was supposed to coincide with Vijayadashmi, and that was one of the reasons that was cited in the court on the part of the West Bengal government, because the government feared that that could lead to clashes between two communities.
Well, Saurav, the mood within the BJP is quite upbeat. As it is, the latest flashpoint was the Rohingya Muslim issue, as also this Durga Puja issue. As it is, but what defies, an explanation is that why is it Mamata Banerjee thought of actually imposing the same kind of, notification which was shot down by the High Court last year? So the very same issue, again, I mean, she has issued a notification, and once again, she received a rap on her knuckles. So that is something which defies an explanation. But obviously, the mood within the BJP is quite upbeat.
Right.
As it
So
is,
within the
Bengal,
BJP is visibly very, very upbeat. I request you to stay on with us, Jasiran, because I'm also now joined on the broadcast by Trinamool Congress's Baisakhi Banerjee from Kolkata. Baisakhi, your reaction to this landmark verdict that has come in from the Calcutta High Court. This is for the second time in a row that the role of the government has come under sharp criticism from the Calcutta High Court. We saw that the court today decided to quash the order that had been passed by Mamata Banerjee.
First of all, I would like to say that I am no spokesperson of Trinamool Congress, but yes, of course, as someone who supports Mamata Banerjee, what I can say is definitely the court, I cannot really comment on the court's verdict, but what was the intention of Mamata Banerjee, that has to be appreciated in the proper light. I think it was very clear in her mind that administratively this decision was essential to maintain a kind of communal harmony and the secular atmosphere of the state. Accordingly, she passed, she issued a
But it was a unilateral order there, Baisakhi. It was clearly a unilateral order. The Didi thought of something, a bright idea hit upon Didi. She went, she took to the stage and she made this grand announcement there, banning idol immersions without completely overruling the sentiments of people who performed the puja there, going completely against the Hindu almanac.
What I would like to highlight that even if Durga Puja is extended for 15 days, I don't think anyone's sentiment will be hurt. Because everybody actually enjoys Durga Puja and everybody actually...
Baisakhi, are you then trying to say that what Mamata Banerjee did was absolutely right?
I won't say that it won't be judgmental, but then...
But you are being judgmental. You are trying to defend Mamata Banerjee over here. You are saying that Didi must have spent a lot of thought before making that announcement. So you are saying that essentially that, as far as you are concerned, that Mamata Banerjee was right.
Here, what I am trying to say is any administrative notification cannot be based on any whims and fancies of any
Exactly. So an administration notification cannot be based on whims and fancies, and that is exactly what the Calcutta High Court has observed. The Calcutta High Court has said today, Baisakhi, and I'm quoting over here, it says that you are exercising extreme power without any basis. Just because you are the state, can you pass an arbitrary order? That is what the Calcutta High Court had to ask Mamata Banerjee administration.
What seems to be arbitrary in someone's eyes may not be arbitrary in someone else's eyes, because the things are very relative. I think while Mamata Banerjee issues a notification, there are some bright IAS who put their minds in place. If they have come up with this kind of a notification, then I'll have to also say that the administration...
Right, Baisakhi, request you to stay on with us. Let's also listen into what India has to say on this landmark verdict. Joining me now are two callers over the phone line, Rajpal from Mumbai and Sunil from Delhi. I'll come to Sunil later. Rajpal, your thoughts, your reaction to this big verdict that has come in from the Calcutta High Court today?
Now, today's Didi's policy of appeasement, like that of Congress, has failed. In fact, you said real secularism. No, there was no secularism in India. The Congress policy was the appeasement, vote bank, to get these people into their hands. Now we have a rule of law where sabka saath, sabka vikas. Now you see, India will prosper. No,
right.
Because there was a secularism when Sikhs were butchered to death in Delhi.
So this is, as you are saying, Rajpal, this is a win for secularism. Thank you so much for calling in. Let me quickly go across to Sunil also with us on the broadcast. Sunil, how do you see this verdict today? Do you think that this has sent out a message loud and clear that appeasement politics won't work going forward?
Yeah, this has been, I've been saying all these while. What does it mean, secularism means? Secularism is a foreign word. And if they want to bring in that, then there has to be like every time we cannot go and run towards all these things. I mean, we want to celebrate our culture. Everyone is in India, all these while been hating, abusing Hindus. So We are paying taxes. We are not paying taxes for all these Rohingyas and all these people. What these people have done, all these people who are shouting Rohingya, Rohingya, have all these Muslim organizations, whether they send some relief.
Right, so you are essentially broad-basing the discussion over here. Sunil, you are also bringing the Rohingya issue. You are saying that this is essentially vote bank politics that is being played out. Thank you for sharing your insight into this. I'm also now joined on the broadcast by Anil Dikshit from Gwalior. Yes, Anil, go ahead please. Do you feel that this verdict essentially will be a guiding principle going forward for all netas who are trying to divide the community on communal lines?
Actually, in 1977, this particular word secular was introduced in our constitution under emergency, which was not needed at all. And a definition purported to have been devised by a particular party for formation was peddled throughout India. That's not secularism, that is communalism. Supreme Court must intervene and settle the definition of secularism so that these people who misuse protection is to all religions. It's not for minority religion. Propositions, freedom is for all religions. It's not for only minority religion. So this particular propagation of definition of secularism is killing the things.
Right. Okay. So, what is secularism? That in itself is now a question mark over here as far as India and Indian politicians are concerned. Thank you so much, Mr. Dikshit, for calling in. Let me go back to Baisakhi once again. Baisakhi, you heard what the general sentiment on the ground as far as India is concerned. Now, the Calcutta High Court were delivering a stern rebuke. The High Court told the state not to curtail citizens' rights senselessly. And that is a scathing observation coming in, Baisakhi, from the Calcutta High Court.
I have heard the citizens' voice, but somehow this voice is united by a common thread. Their voice actually echoed the ideology of the ruling party in the center. Now, there must be some other voices in democracy also, and we must hear that also. I think nowhere the concept of appeasement was adhered to while issuing such kind of notification. All that was kept in mind was actually nurturing the kind of cosmopolitan culture that we have in Bengal, and Bengal being a place where we all have mutual respect towards each other's religion.
No, that is the precise point, Baisakhi Banerjee. That is the precise point that the Calcutta High Court has also pointed out, because the Chief Minister had gone on record to say that there is absolutely no communal disharmony when it comes to West Bengal. So where does this idea of a clash between two communities come to the fore? That was a question to which the West Bengal government could not answer in court, which is why this landmark verdict has come out today. Request you to stay on with us. Let me also go across to Divyanshu, who joins us on the broadcast from Gujarat. Divyanshu, your views, please.
I want to say that under the Indian constitution, all religions are equal. India is a secular state, so there is no scenario in India, or nor does the constitution contemplate wherein one religious practice is being given priority over the other. And the TNC representative that she was pointing out is she's clearly circumventing the issue. Obviously, the ordinance that was given out by the government did not explicitly say, oh, we are appeasing Muslims. We need to see the effect of that ordinance.
Right.
So using tactful and
right. Fair point you made there, Divyanshu. In fact, let me also bring in another caller now. Mr. Rajesh is with us from Mumbai. Rajesh, now, do you think that the diktat that had been issued by Mamata Banerjee in the first place, that was an attempt on her part to cater to the nearly 30% Muslim vote base in the state?
Of course, that goes without saying. In fact, I just wanted to tell you, because this particular landmark verdict has actually given a big slap on this, pseudo-secular people. In fact, these people is supposed to be blamed who's dividing this society. So-called India, such a great democratic country, secular country, and these people have actually ruining the life of all these both communities. Okay? So please, I have a sincere advice to these people. Please step out or keep off from us. You understand? Otherwise, there will be a big another slap on your face. Thank you.
Right. So a very pertinent point there being made by Rajesh. Baisakhi, if I could come back to you. Also talking about what really happened in the court. The court has also said that let them, implying to Hindus and Muslims, live in harmony, do not create a line between them. This is what Acting Chief Justice Rakesh Tiwari had to tell the West Bengal government. So, do you see merit in what the court is saying?
What I would like to point out is, you people, while criticizing the CM of West Bengal, you are not appreciating her intention.
Baisakhi, you're getting us wrong. We are not criticizing. We are not criticizing Mamata Banerjee. We are just stating the facts. We are just making public the observations that have been made by the Calcutta High Court. So do not. We would request you refrain from turning the argument on its head, Baisakhi. We're just asking for your response. The court has said that let them, Hindus and Muslims, live in harmony. Do not create a line between them. This is what the Acting Chief Justice had to say.
It's always better to be safe than sorry. The concept of communal harmony is so very relative. You will have to keep in mind that while I don't know whether you have followed the Durga Puja immersion.
Baisakhi, I have lived in Kolkata all my life, and I can tell you that possibly no one else has followed Durga Puja as we have. And Durga Puja, as you all agree, holds a very, very special place in our hearts, Bengalis worldwide. Thank you so much, Baisakhi, for joining us on the broadcast now and sharing your inputs on this. But I'm also